Hi, my pickles, my snowflakes, my turtles, and my no matter what club members. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto, under 20 total carbs every day. And today, my carbs are, they're 3.0, and they're total. And the reason I don't do net carbs is it's because it's a very slippery place for me to be. And a lot of you understand that because a lot of you began doing net carbs. And isn't this fun? And all these Quest bars and these shakes and all these sort of things. And then you can buy those wraps with the net carbs so low that it's like, well, this is great. But isn't that kind of keeping the standard American diet playing in your head that all these things are possible? I mean, even if you have success at losing, one, you're probably younger than me, and two, you're probably newer to keto. Because once you reach a certain point, and I'll have to tell you that a lot of people find the last 10 pounds harder than the first 150. And that's how it goes. I think that keto is a blessing for a lot of reasons. One of them is a lot of people don't have the loose skin because keto just goes along in a nice measured way. And so your skin doesn't get overwhelmed with the fat loss underneath it and then just hang pathetically. I've got some hanging pathetically, trust me. So, yeah, that's how we do it. We don't get wrapped around the axle of like somebody else that's losing quicker, faster, more. It's not a competition. What you're doing is you're learning about your body. You are learning what finally will work for your body. And, got it again. Being satiated and content were goals that I never thought of as goals until I got there. And it's like, wow, I feel satiated. I feel content. Leaving the table feeling like you've had your meal and that all is well. You're not stuffed like a beached whale, which is something that I used to pride myself in doing. I had quite the voracious appetite, and my gut after eating, it should have been embarrassing, but it wasn't. And one of the things that I always loved to wear as when I worked professionally was a khaki pants, white starchy shirt, cute little belt. Banana Republic has cute little belts, and I used to love that. Well, those belts went away because when you've got this protruding midriff past your boobs, there's no belt that you can wear. So that's something that I like a lot, and I'm glad to have it back in my life now. I've been doing keto 4 or 5 years. I lost track. It was low carb, high fat before that, and it was Weight Watchers before that. And then before that, I did Spark People, where I used to just watch my own calories. I never did anything like macros. I never cared about the fat, the carb, the protein. It was just keeping those calories low, damn it! That was what was going to work. And I walked an awful lot. I walked a whole lot more than I walk today. And so I don't know. Oh, and being 15, 20 years younger too, that makes a difference, doesn't it? So I'm 68 and I do what I can to make it all work out for me. And that's why I talk about what works for me. That's why I show my one meal a day that I have mid-afternoon. So you can see what it is that I eat. I have 3 cups of coffee with 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. And I don't count carbs in the whipping cream. I don't count carbs in my juice of a fresh lemon that I put on my potassium and magnesium and Dr. Price powders in the morning. I don't count them. So sue me. And so I used to have to do all these continuing education credits to maintain my alcohol and drug abuse counseling status. And so oftentimes I would go to this Institute for Brain Potential seminars that they would have on the Cape. Lucky, lucky me. And it's a one-day event. And so they continue to send me the brochure for an upcoming one. And this one, just listen to this. I'm going to take all of you in my back pocket. Conscientious eating, mental health, inflammation, and the aging brain. How perfect is that? I'll tell you a little bit more. So it's Institute for Brain Potential, IBP, in case you were interested in looking it up to see if it ever comes near your house. And so it's not until April, but I'm looking forward to going. Conscientious eating and inflammation, stress, mental health, and the brain, protecting the aging brain, and developing conscientious eating habits. How cool is that? And I think they're referring to our precious program here when they say limiting refined carbohydrates. Although right above that, they talk about the DASH diet and the Mediterranean diet. But it's going to be great. I've always been interested in anti-inflammatory foods. And this woman's a PhD. And so she's an expert in mind-body connections involving inflammation, stress, mood, fatigue, and diet. And, you know, I've never gone on one of the cruises or to one of those summits, which sound absolutely wonderful. My brain, my aging brain, even though I'm feeding it healthy fats, is good for 6 hours. You know, this is a 6-hour thing. Starts at 9, ends at 4 with an hour lunch break. Now, it's funny because all the times I took it before, and I've been like 3 or 4 times to these, this particular company's seminars, you'll laugh. So I immediately, because I'm Sarah, recovering food addict, a day at a time, I immediately began to think of, okay, so how am I going to handle this? It begins at 9, and how am I going to eat? Do I eat breakfast before I go, then come home and have my second meal, and then able to make it till 4 when I prepare dinner? Like I was still doing the 3 meals a day that I was doing back then when I used to attend. And I remember I have all kinds of bags. Who doesn't have them? All kinds of like the LL Bean bags and all that sort of stuff that I would pack, or even the, you know, the ones that were puffy that had refrigerated stuff. And I'd pack all of my 9 to 4 type of foods. I wouldn't go home during that hour. I'd probably do an errand or two, probably go buy some cereal on sale. Kashi, 2 for $4. Oh, yeah. So anyway, it's just kind of funny. And the seminar is like 2 miles from me. And so I didn't have to think about any of that, right? I have my 1 meal a day. It's just going to be an hour later than usual. So when the class breaks for the lunch, I'll come home and feed the cats. I don't have to disrupt their schedule just because I'm going to a seminar, right? And so I'll come home and I'll feed them, and I'll do a couple of things towards whatever dinner is. It's a Wednesday. And so anyway, I thought that was just funny. And I love the thing. I don't know if you can see this, but it kind of shows the hub and how everything is. And, you know, longevity kicks into this at some point when you've had your success and you appreciate the program for what it is for health. The weight, it's great. You know, I weigh myself once a month so I don't get all oogly. I weigh myself in a couple of days because it will be the first Thursday of the month. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, you know, whether I gain or lose, yeah, it's nice if I lose. But isn't health more important after a while? Isn't getting some nice sound sleep? You may not get a lot of sleep, but if what you get is sound, isn't that great? And, you know, eating the best of the best fats and the best butters, like the Kerrygold that I put in my new butter container that Dupuis sent me. Thank you, Dupuis. And so, you know, just getting the macadamia nut oil, I don't have as much extra virgin olive oil at all. I mix it with avocado oil on the Big Green Egg day, along with coconut oil that withstands the heat that I put into the cast iron pans with the veggies. But I don't really have EVU. And it was funny because I guess somebody was talking about the omega-6s in pork and chicken, and I haven't had chicken in months. I have pork maybe once a month, maybe, and it's those nice chops from Whole Food. Otherwise, I'm having beef. I have beef 6 days a week, 5 days a week. I do have the pork sausages from Whole Foods though on Friday with the omelet. But yeah, we eat a lot of beef. Oh well. I mean, I remember when it was like the big deal, and like don't have it, have it maybe 2 times a week, and it's like, have fish and chicken, the rest of them, and it's like, no, no. So, last night we had U.S. Wellness ribeye steaks, the boneless one, and it had all this beautiful marbling all the way through it. It looked great. It's funny because part of the ribeye tasted like ribeye, and the other part, kind of interesting, it kind of was grainy like a sirloin, and it didn't taste as fatty. And we pushed away from the table, and I was still hungry. So was Greg, and I won't tell you what he had, but it's certainly from the standard American diet. And yeah, I still felt like I needed some fat. So we gave the French ribeye from U.S. Wellness with the bone that comes out of the center of it, like a tomahawk, the number 10. So we'll stick with that. But I wanted to try the ribeye just to see what it tasted like. But yeah, it felt like there wasn't enough fat for this little fat loving. And you know that your brain loves fat, especially as we age. And if we can prevent any of those brain altering events to happen, I'm sure coconut oil, the macadamia nut oil, the good butters, I'm sure those things help. And so don't fear the fat, because it could be your best friend. You never know with your brain that you want to keep operating. You want your cognitive functions to be as sharp as they can be for as long as they can be. I know that's how I feel. I don't want to be fuzzy brain. No, thank you. So today, what are you having? Well, my calories clock in at 1,100. My protein, 88 grams. My carbs are 3.0, they're total. And the fats are 83 as well. Now, to me, this is a really nice macro day for me. Some people think I'm not getting enough food, but when you go to one meal a day, and there's some fat in that tablespoon of heavy cream as well, but some people think that's not enough food, but it seems to satiate me as long as there's enough fat in it. And when in doubt, I add more fats. I might add a little more oil today, macadamia nut oil. What I'm having is that Fiesta plate. It's a platter, really. Salad. I'm having 66 grams of Olivia's baby butter lettuce. I am having, underneath that is 45 grams of Daisy sour cream. I am having 8 grams of brisket that I slow cooked in the oven, 8 ounces of that, and then 2 Pete and Jerry jumbo eggs that I do gently fry in butter. So there's probably a little more fat in there because I use the butter that I didn't monitor. I'll probably throw in like a tablespoon into that. And then I'm having 20 grams of macadamia nut oil and 5 grams of Fourth and Heart ghee on that with my Redmond's Ancient Salt. And Frank Tufano did a thing on salt, tasting all of them. I have all those salts. It was just kind of funny. And he likes certain ones for certain things, but not as much as me. I'm even more so, I should say. And pink Himalayan, he thinks like you could just throw out. But I put that in my water and my coffee. And amply, I put those things. The Redmond, I put on most everything. The flakes, the Grand Flakes from France, I put on my best cuts of meat. And he was talking about like for some the salt flavor goes right away. Like the first couple of bites taste salty and then the rest don't. And once I watched his video, I found it interesting because I find that too. Sometimes I resalt salted things because there's not enough salt. I also use the Celtic salt crystals on my tongue, followed by mineral water during the day. It quenches the either thirst that I might feel. Like after keto pizza, I definitely have pizza patchment. That's what I call it. It's patched. I'm patched from my pizza because of the meats that I put on it. And but I use the Celtic crystals. They're good for hunger and good for thirst, followed by some mineral water. I've cut back on my water. I don't drink as much water. It hasn't made a dang bit of difference, just in case you were wondering. And so I'm not peeing all those expensive supplements that I take. Oh, that's right. I'm not taking all those expensive supplements anymore. As things kind of die out, I don't rush to replace them. I still take iodine, sea kelp, D3, and omega-3 fish oil, and things that my body doesn't produce. And all those things work just great for me. But I'm happy to be getting Wicked Smatta next month. It's going to be fun. You never know who you'll meet there. And and I think that will enhance what I bring to the table here every day. Well, what I bring to the table. Is every reference about food? I guess it is because it's all ingrained in me. Unintended. Anyway, now here comes the selling part. So you can say goodbye now. But for other people, PayPal is welcome. You can always contribute. I appreciate it. The operating expenses of like being present and programs that I run for this cost a little. I like it. It helps me. And you can go to the About on the front page of my YouTube cover page. Click on that and you will see the PayPal icon. I also offer KetoCoachingSarah.com, KetoCoachingSarah.com for one-on-one phone calls, emails. We use the chronometer. We do different things. You can reach me by my email down below as well. And you can also purchase mugs. I still have some nice keto mugs referencing Sarah with her pickles, turtles, snowflakes, and the No Matter What Club. So it's fun. It's a gas. And we don't take our life, we take it lightly, but we do our keto program with a seriousness and a commitment. We don't play around. There's no sense in playing around. Haven't you already exhausted your quota of playing around, chits? I know I did. So I'm happy to be 100% on board with keto foods, no sugars, no grains, no seed oils, no fruits, artificial sweeteners, or diet sodas, or gum. That was a big one. Check out ingredients on gum if you're a gum chewer. I will see you the next time here at Pearls of Wisdom and Food, and we'll talk about something else. I have another website that I want to talk about. They had some great things. See you the next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.